turn further against the EU.
Thank you. Now the category of other speakers, starting with Michael Cashman, 2 minutes.
Thank you, President. President, I rise in sadness and not in anger. Sadness that after the Second World War we still haven't learnt the lessons. During the 1930s we stood and we watched as Jews and communists and trade unionists and homosexuals were taken off to the camps. We stood, we said, we did nothing. We have now moved on. And I say to those countries that have lived under domination and repression that you of all countries should know the value of fundamental human rights, freedom of association, freedom of speech and the right to a private life. You should be teaching us about fundamental values, and that is why we will not hesitate to defend human rights and human rights defenders wherever they are. Let me say to anyone who feels under attack wherever they are, and as a gay man I could have been born in Poland or Latvia or the Czech Republic in fear of my life, in fear of my job. But let me say to them, you are not alone. We are with you, and we will win, for the simple reason that goodness and justice always succeeds in the end. When we refer to the Minister and the statements that were made, we are not talking about a one-off statement. We are talking about a series of statements that have been calculated and made over the years. And hate speak creates a climate. It creates a climate that somehow lives are inferior, that a person poses a threat to society. And a climate is created and fear is engendered. Rights are under threat. Words once spoken cannot be taken back, and the harm that is done continues. And the words too often empower the thug, which leads to violence. Mr. Weber, I note that you say no to homophobia, but it's sad that you also say no to doing anything about it here in this House today. And let me finish on this. We will succeed, but that means we have to take up our responsibility to defend human rights and to end human rights abuses, wherever they are. Thank you.
Thank you. Now on behalf of the Liberal Group, Mr. Kouakowski, you have the floor.